Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Sulaiman Rahim. Welcome. Welcome, brothers and sisters. War talk. We're going to talk some more war talk. Because we're at war. And it's about to reach the boiling point. The greatest war in history. A time of unprecedented trouble. A time like never has ever been and never will ever be. So we're going to talk about it because the first battle Suleiman has is with the demons. The demons. Now, brothers and sisters, I'm going to keep this short. But many of you are going to wake up in a few days. Or you're going to wake up because you're going to be forced to wake up. See? Because they're coming after you. They're setting you up. And we're going to discuss some of the ways they're setting you up. See, it's military strategy, right? To be effective at war with the enemy, you have to demonize the enemy. If any of you have been paying attention, you heard that term before. You got to demonize the enemy. That's an interesting term, demonize. Demonize the enemy. I know you heard that word before, but you didn't even pay attention to it. You got to demonize them. See? Make them look stupid. Make them look threatening. Make them do ridiculous. See? Ignorant. See? Without any gravity, nothing, so nobody will care. See? Nobody will care if they're eliminated. See? Because, they're worthless. They're comedians. They're not productive to society at all. So nobody will care. See, but if you make them look threatening, or profane. Now, see, one thing is to make them look ridiculous. That's kind of passive, right? Oh man, look at them clowns over there. See, they so stupid. They ignorant. That's kind of passive. See, but if you take and make them threatening, that's not passive anymore. And if you make them look like profane, like a smell, oh man, it irritates you. See, if that irritates your eyes, sometimes but if it's something that got to irritate you, like it's profane, man, like, oh man, I can't stand to see that. I wish that would go. In other words, make you start thinking, I wish that would just go. I wish they would just get rid of that. See, that's not passive. That's aggressive. So they got to change. First, they get you passive. Oh man, look at that clouds over there. That's passive. So you just walk along. Oh, look, they're stupid. They don't know anything. You don't have to even meet them. Oh man, the idea. Oh man, those people, they're just ignorant people, man. They can't do anything. They can't produce anything. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to. Oh, they're not entrepreneurs. They don't know how to work. They're lazy. See, all those are passive things. But aggressive things is like, see, they coming in, right, and in your family, mess with your daughters and sons, see, and that affects you. That's aggressive, right? Or they stink, or right, oh man, look, they're profane, man, look at man wearing a dress, see, or men going into a women's bathroom, see, that's aggressive. And you think that's aimed at the gay community? No, that's aimed at you. Because they're putting a black face on all this. And who is sponsoring all this stuff? Who is sponsoring all these things? Think about it. It's the Democratic Party. Democratic Party that's sponsoring all this stuff. And what are they doing? They put a black face on the Democratic Party. Because all blacks are supposed to be Democrats. They put a black face on it. You don't understand what they're doing. Like they said, it says, let's deal shrewdly with them in a way they wouldn't see it. They wouldn't see it coming. So they got you all wrapped up in the Democratic Party, and look at what they're doing to you. They putting your children, they pushing that. They pushing abortion. They sponsoring it. When the woman that set the whole Planned Parenthood up was Margaret Sanger, whose stated purpose was to get rid of you. They came with the 3 strikes law to put your children in jail. They send your jobs overseas. It's the Democratic Party that's doing all of this. See? And now it's taking a black figure. They figure, oh, well, it's the blacks that's that's their base. That's keeping them in power. See, that's turning the rest of the country against you. See, because they don't like the policy, Democratic Party policies. See, so therefore, they want to get rid of them, and the Democratic Party now has a black face. You don't have understand, because if there's a war and they go after the Democratic Party, the whites can always say, "Hey man, hey man, I changed my mind." But you can't change your color. So you can't change your skin tone. I don't like to use the word color because that refers to them, not us. You have no idea what's going on. See, so this whole thing, right? I mean, yeah, that's part of their nature, but it's aimed at you. See, all this transgender and all that kind of stuff, that's aimed at you. See, because you're the one that's supporting that. You're the one that's if it wasn't for you, the Democratic Party wouldn't be able to put those policies in. You understand? If it wasn't for you, the Democratic Party wouldn't be able to even do those things because you're the one supporting it. And all these policies are totally against you, but you're supporting it. So they're giving a black face on it. And so when the time comes, right, you're going to be the one, the fall guy. Because they can always take and say, "Hey, man, they can always change sides." You can't. See? And so that's the agenda here. See? So they make you look ridiculous and objectionable and profane. You walk around with your pants hanging down. And that means you're affecting their children. Because, okay, their sons walk around. What you think if one of their sons walk up there with their pants hanging out? What's your first thing you think? Them niggas. It wasn't for them. See? Or they come in singing those rap songs. Oh, they for them niggas, it wasn't for them. See? Or the it wasn't for China, right? It's all got so it wasn't for them niggas, it wasn't for the Democrats. The China would never got as powerful as it is. It's all going to be down back to you in the end, because that's the way it's setting up. Because the Democratic Party was never for you. They're the ones that's primarily setting you up. It's not the Republican Party, they don't love you either. But the Democratic Party, they're the ones that's setting you up. They want to make it possible, all this stuff that's totally objectionable to the rest of the people in this country. Totally objectionable. All these things that they see, especially their children and everything, they can point it right back to you. Just like they tell you AIDS. See, it was them, but they pointed right back to you. So you're becoming the real problem with America. Critical race theory. You're becoming a real problem with America. You're becoming a real problem. And you're walking around, now you're walking around with dresses on. See? Now you're walking around with your pants. See, step by step. First they had your pants hanging down. Now you take your pants off altogether. See, what's next? See? So that's why he said before you can destroy people, you have to demonize them. That way everybody cheers when you get rid of them. I'm so glad, man. Yeah, get rid of them. That's what he had to do with the Jews in Germany. They had to demonize them first. They had to blame all the problems on Germany, on them. That's what Hitler was able to do. He blamed every problem on them, every problem they had on them. And once they did that, everybody cheered. They was glad they was burning them up because they was burning their problems. See? You're not the cause of America's problems. America's caused their own problems. But they like to blame it on somebody. And you're the one they're going to blame it on. And you're the one being set up. You're the set up guy and you're going for it because you won't listen. See? And so these demons, that's their stated purpose. That's their purpose. That's their purpose, is to put a black face on you. Because that's not us. That's why that thing going on in Chicago. That's why they could stop that. You mean they can't, the CIA can go all over countries, destabilize countries and everything else, but they can't stop guns from coming to Chicago? And you know how expensive guns are? These kids don't have no jobs and anything. How are they getting these guns? You think they can't stop that? Because they're putting a black face on crime. See, oh man, look, they tear up the cities. See, I'd be good. If we just get rid of America, be good again, America be whole again. And you don't even see it coming. And right now, it's so obvious, Ray Charles is blind and dead. He can see it coming. See? All this so-called rise, Black Lives Matter, and all this stuff. They putting it on you. You're going to be the fall guy. Right? Look what's going on this COVID. They put it on you now. You're the one that's the problem because you won't take the vaccine. You're the one that's the problem because most blacks ain't taking it. You don't get it? So America's declining. And as they start declining, they're going to have to find somebody to blame it on. See, they want to solve their problem. So hey, how are we going to solve our problem? That's how Hitler solved this problem, right? He said, okay, we put it on the Jews. So therefore, they was able to do it. And so Germany started recovery because they took everything they had and destroyed, they burned them up. So they saying, okay, they're the ones that causing the problem in America. Look at them. If we get rid of them, America be whole again. America be strong again. America be great again. Make America great again. What do you think that was all about? Yeah. See? And you're not catching on any of this. The reason why you catch not on to it because you're not hearing it. And the reason why you're hearing it because demons make sure you never hear this message. They're going to make sure Farrakhan, all of them, he's one of them. They make sure you never hear this message. He's talking about you want to stay here. Why the hell you want to stay here? And these people stated effort, the scripture, everything saying their stated aim is to get rid of you. So he want to make you stay here so they can do it. So you want to stop thinking about going someplace else. See? But let me say something else before we close out here. Okay, I hear some brothers and people saying, right, that they broke, the 64 years before slavery started. That 64-year period, that they broke us. No, they did not break us. The original man and woman cannot be broken. I said the original man and woman. You cannot break the original woman. You can't do it. It's impossible. You might as well try to break the universe because we are the universe. You can't. That's not what they did. See, they couldn't break them. So they put them in cages, a man and woman together. And you know what that's going to happen if you're there by yourself and nothing else, right? And then they would take their children. See, and what they did is they broke the connection between the children and the parents. I mean, they broke the history. They cut the root, took the roots away. And if a tree has no roots, it's not going to stand. It can't stand. See, and that's what they did. They broke the connection. See, and then they gave us a new vision, right? A vision to help their vision. See, and that's why the whole thing about the high priest Suleiman is to come and return your vision back to you. See, that's the whole story of Samson, right? They took his eyes away, took his vision away, and took his strength away. See, but they did that also to the demons too. But see, the demons never got their vision back. See, so there's two Samsons. One, his vision got him back, and one didn't. The one that's the demons didn't. But is coming back because that's what Suleiman's here to give you a vision back. Because once you get your vision back, remember, Samson was the strongest man in the world. Nobody could do nothing with Samson. He kicking ass left and right. So they had to fool him, trick him. See, that's what he did. They separate him, right, from his parents, from his roots, his history. Took his eyes away. Took his strength away. His strength was Islam. The 5 fundamental principles of Islam, mathematics, that was his strength. See? And scriptures was his eyes. He took it away from him. That was his vision. And so that's what Suleiman's job is, to give it back to you. Because once you get it back, nobody could F around with Samson, that one. Because they know once you come together, that's the end. That's why when they see you, when they see signs of it, they're going to attack you immediately. And that's about to happen in a few days. So they can't break the original man or the original woman. They tried. But we still here, ain't we? See? And you got Suleiman. He broke the seals. They couldn't do it. So how in the hell did we get broke? How the hell did they break? How the hell did Elijah Muhammad, right, stand up if he was broke? See? Once he got his vision back, he started kicking ass. So he wasn't broke. He was just blind. That's the difference. See? My people ain't broke. They can't break us. They can try to get us to break ourselves or make us unacceptable to our God. That's one of the reasons why we're here. That's one of the things why we're here in the jaws of the beast. Because we can't have blind elephants. Going back, that's why you have to thorough knowledge yourself. Because you got so much power, bro. Says you have so much power. You don't understand all the power you got. and we start giving you the 5 fundamental principles of Islam, and start teaching you about pressure and the nature of the universe, right? And give you the angel, and you put that together, right? Damn, you could bring this country down by yourself, damn near. I mean, look what I'm doing. You don't understand the effect that this happened. You don't realize that everything that happened since 1990 was because of the angel. That's when seals were broken. The whole world changed then. See, when you marry you to your power, that's when they took back your great power. You are just indestructible. They can't, they can't touch you. And they know once you come, they got to destroy you before you get your eyes back and your strength back. See? And that's what I'm here to do, to get it back to you. See? And they're busy trying to make sure you never get it. Farrakhan's make sure you never get it. Is he teaching about the 5 fundamental principles of Islam? Or he's telling you to go and do that Sunni crap? Is he teaching about the Abrahamic covenant? No, he said you stay here. Is he doing it? He's building a nation for you? No, there's no only nation is Farrakhan. He's not building a damn thing. He's not trying to give you your power back. He's telling you, oh, you should bring devils into NOI. He got devils up there in FOI suits, calling themselves Mexicans. See, that's the demons. Their sole objective is to make us demonize us. That's why I call them demons. That's why you call the term demonization. They demonize us, make us look so we're totally ridiculous, right? Inconsequential, irrelevant, comical, silly, stupid, Stephen Fletcher. See? So when they make their move, the whole country will be on board with it. In fact, the whole country will be ready, be more than willing to get rid of your ass. Because that's what's going to happen. That's why it says when you see the abomination of desolation, run. You got to ask yourself, and I'm going to say it again, why do you have to run? They make it immediately an existential threat. You have to move immediately. You can't even think about it. Why? This is all over America. Why? Where's everybody in America going to run to? Where's everybody in America going to run to? Think about that. It says, everybody that sees it got to run. So where everybody in America, if it applies to everybody in America, then where's everybody in America going to run to? To the ocean? Even if it went mountains, you mean everybody in America run to the mountains? Why run to the mountains? How is the mountains going to save them? How is the mountains going to save them? I mean, what's the nature of the threat? What's the nature of the threat that you're running from? That's what you have to answer. What's the nature of the threat that you're running from? It tells you. It says because there's wrath upon this people. So if they're telling you to run, right, that means the wrath ain't on you. Right? That's on the other people that's coming after you. That means you're running from other people. See? It says that time there'll be unity. So that's the same time black folks come together. You can't put 2 and 2 together here, brothers. If that's the time that black folks come together, that means they're running away from white folks, and that's how they come together. It can be clearer than that. So that means they're going to be over just instantly. They're going to attack you. That's what it's telling you. Because when false Israel goes down, that's the whole foundation this whole world is based on. When that goes down, they're going to know exactly, right, the deal. That you the one. That you treated Abraham and they're going to gotta get you. Because why it says they're preparing to make war against God. Have you put the pieces together? Well, if you're the people of God, that means they make war against you. You're going to be his army. Well, you're going to make a war against a general and don't go after his army? See? That's what it means. They're preparing to make war against. They say they're preparing. They ain't say, oh, they're going to make war against. That means they're preparing. They're preparing right now. And you sitting around with your NFL, oh man, I want to see LeBron James and all this BS, right? And your NFL and all that kind of stuff, while these people are sneaking up on your ass. It says will come as a snare, And a lot of you are going to be lost. Say, my people are lost for lack of knowledge, this knowledge. And those are people, demons, those like Farrakhan, they're going to pay for it, and Silas and all them, because they're the ones blocking this light. So you walk around the darkness of their shadows. See? Because he's a liar, all of them are liars. The only light is the angel light, because that's the light of Allah for this time, not the Quran. The angel light is the only light. You see, you need an unprecedented light, unprecedented trouble. And you know how you know it's an unprecedented light? Because no one could break the seals but Suleiman. No one in the heavens or earth, even under the earth, no one. That means it's an unprecedented book for unprecedented times. So I'm going to let that go, brother. But you look at this. See, men walk. See, you think that's... They walk around now with sandals on and dresses on. These are demons. But the target is you and your children. See? Because that's a double-edged sword here. To make you totally objectionable to people. Plus also make you objectionable to your God. Because you show up like that to your God is going to... I mean, he might have a covenant with you, but if you... You see, you show up like that? See? With another man on your arm, if you're male, or another female on your arm, if you're female. You see, and you ain't gonna be hiding anything. It says you don't be hiding anything. Because you got people that, right, can read your mind. You don't be hiding anything. So you come in with those kind of thoughts, that makes you totally objectionable to your God. See? So even if you get past all of that, what they got for you, see, and you get on the ark, you get your ass thrown off the ark. If you find your way to the ark and get on it, and you come like that, you're going to get your ass thrown back off. That's the target is you. See? Because it tells you certain things, right, that you cannot be forgiven for. See? And if you made it hereafter, you would forgive yourself. Because you know your eyes will be wide open, then you're going to look back at how you was what you was doing. And see clearly how ignorant that was. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. See, this is war talk. Because we're at war. And you better start understanding this is war talk. We're at war. You better start getting ready. We got the angel warriors, they getting ready. They ain't stupid. See, they getting ready. Because they see the battle coming. Some more than others. But they still getting ready. But what are you doing? See, and you're going to pay the price. Because it says, when that happens, see, you didn't even know about the abomination of desolation before I told you. So therefore, if I hadn't told you, you'd be lost already. Because that would happen, and then your next door neighbor come blow your brains out. You have no idea what was happening. You'd be sitting right there, hey, Jody, what's happening, Joey? Bam! You wouldn't even suspect it. But now, right, when you hear his message, you know, hey, you better not even be around as soon as that happened. It tells you, do not, look, brothers and sisters, you better read that carefully. It's not telling you that for no reason. It's telling you when they see that, it's going to be crystal clear to them, and they're going to come to kill you immediately. And you have to run away from them immediately. That means this has been planned. This already understood. You just don't understand it because you got your head up Farrakhan's ass or whoever, where you know you got your mind's up LeBron James' ass or Kobe or whatever, because these demons out here got you all mixed up. This Bob lady got your children all messed up, worshiping them. LeBron James got rich, selling your kids junk, shoes they can't afford. See, they don't care nothing about you. They're there to deceive you, to confuse you, until they can cut your throat. So brothers and sisters, those of you aware, get this mess out to our people, because it tells you, this is critical. It's an existential threat. This is something they have to know. They have to know. Because the ones that don't know are not going to survive. If it tells you have to leave immediately, and you don't, because it says the Christian blacks are going to hesitate, and a lot of them are going to be killed. They're going to hesitate. See, because they're going to think, oh man, master, why are you doing this? We're with you. We're your children. The master will cut their throat in the middle of sentence, in mid-sentence. Because he's not taking any chances. They want to be gone, done with you. See? But they learn they can't come frontal, like when the Ku Klux Klan and all that stuff. They didn't realize, hey, now they got to pat you on the back and talk nice to you. Ease up on you. See? That's what's going on, brothers and sisters. So I said this week, I'm really going to press this issue. Right? This abomination of desolation. I tell you, when you see it, flee. So ask yourself, if you don't listen, believe what I'm saying, then what does that mean? It's not talking about in the past. It ain't talking about the past. Everybody acknowledges that's definitely future. So if it's future, and we're talking about end times, I mean, this is something near. Except when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, even you Christians should understand that one. It says that's what's going to happen when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies. Isn't Jerusalem surrounded by armies right now? It's never been like this before. China's there, Russia's there, everybody's there. Turkey, everybody's got power. Even India, everyone is there now. So I tell you it's near. It says when you see it's near, that means this is about to happen, and you wasn't aware of it. No one was teaching you this was day. But this is something you didn't know, because it says if you don't, when this happened, you got to flee. So you had no idea what that meant, did you? You knew one thing. If you pay attention at all, you know, whenever this happens, you got to move, but you don't even know where to go. You don't even know where you're going. You don't even know what you're fleeing from. So how are you going to take advantage of that? But you know, if you pay attention to that, it tells you, you got to move. But you don't know why you're moving. You don't know where you're moving to. You don't know. And you don't even know what the fact of that, you don't even know what the abomination of desolation is. But you know, they're telling you, when you see this happen, your life is in dire danger. I mean, it's fate. If you see, right, suddenly, are you going to die? You have to move immediately. They tell you, this is going to happen. When they see, listen, we're going to close this out. They tell you, think about this. When you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, okay, you see that going on right now, don't you? See, and some of these preachers are telling you in times. So we see Jerusalem surrounded by armies. You see that right now. So it's okay. Now if you agree to that, then take the next step. It says that means the desolation of appallment, right? See, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's nigh. No, abomination of desolation. They call it both things, really. I mean, it seems like I get them mixed up because they actually refer to them in the same way. Both they refer to both those terms. So abomination of desolation. So it tells you that abomination of desolation will be very close when you see Jerusalem followed by armies. And we know that's future, so they can't fool you about that's in the past. So you know Jerusalem is surrounded by armies right now. That means this situation is near. So let's deal with that. Let's deal logic. This situation is near. Okay, so you know the situation is, but you don't know what the situation is. All you know is that Jerusalem is surrounded by armies, and you know that something's going to happen, and when this thing happens that you don't know what it is, that you got to flee immediately. You can't wait. You can't go back in the house, get your coat. You can't do anything. You got to flee immediately. So all you know is that something's going to happen, but you don't know what it is. Farrakhan ain't telling you. He's not even talking about the desolation of appallment. He's not telling you about the abomination of desolation. He's not talking about it at all. In fact, most of these preachers ain't talking about it at all. So you didn't even know about it. So read it up. See, but you do. But you don't have to take. You don't have to, most of this you don't even know about Jerusalem surrounded by armies because you don't pay attention to that. So just go read about that, right? And I'm pretty sure you'd agree that that's the situation right now. So if you agree that means now you got to figure out, well, what's this abomination of desolation? And you're not gonna get that from America. He don't know. You don't get it from the preacher. But you got to know what it is. You have to know what it is. And the only one telling you what it is myself. See, you got people talking, well, it's something about some pig being slaughtered, something like that. They talking about something happened a long time ago, right? But they don't even talk about that much. But there's some people have some kind of reference. But they tell you, they tell you they don't know for sure. See, I'm the only one telling you for sure. So back up again, right? Jerusalem surrounded by armies. We see that. That means to tell you this abomination of desolation is near. But you don't know where it is. But you have to know where it is. Because when you see it, you have to run. You have to flee fast. Right? See? So we're telling you where it is. See? So that, okay, say you agree with me that it is. That's false Israel being taken down, because that's not supposed to happen. Say you agree with that part. Okay, now you agree that Jerusalem is surrounded by armies. You agree that it's near, that desolation is near, and you know what the desolation is now. Okay. So you know at that time, right? You know what you know it when you see it. So then you know. Well, then you got to flee, but then you don't know where to flee to. It says flee to the mountain. What mountain? See, that's going to save you. Why are you fleeing? What's causing you to flee? I mean, what's going to happen that could cause you to flee? And flee to mountains. See? Then you ask yourself the question. Because, okay, now I got to flee, but first question is, well, flee where? Flee where? And that means everybody's going to be fleeing. So your question is that mean everyone's going to be fleeing? Does that mean everyone is going to be fleeing? That means that everybody in America, right, has to flee. Then first of all, they have to all know that this is happening. If they don't, that means the one that don't flee is going to be wiped out. Wiped out by who? By what? See, that's a big question you got to answer. Why am I fleeing? I see that event over there, but why am I fleeing? And fleeing to where? And who's all fleeing? And what's causing us to flee? Is it going to be a nuclear attack? But fleeing is not going to solve that problem. Is the military going to attack? It's going to attack everybody. Everybody? I mean, don't they have to flee too? You said everybody. If you said everybody, it means the military got to flee too. That means, so what? Is it going to be a space invasion or something? I mean, everybody in America has to flee. Everybody. If that's the case, then everybody's fleeing from what? Fleeing to where? So everybody in America going to flee to mountains all over America? So how is that going to save them? I mean, they flee from some kind of locust plague or some kind of animal plague that can't climb up mountains? See, it doesn't make any sense, do it? So you say, why is everybody? So it doesn't. But it tell you, it's not applied to everybody. It says only applying to those, the righteous that's in Judea, right? Because it says, right? And they say, well, you mean you're talking about, you mean Judea? That means the people over there around in Jerusalem ain't talking about them. Is that what you think? Is that what you think? See? So you say, but it tells you you're fleeing from some people that says wrath. There's wrath upon them. That's who you're fleeing from. Because there'd be a wrath upon these people. And not a wrath upon people fleeing. Because it's not wrath that's made, they're not being told to flee because of wrath. They're told to flee because that's a salvation. That's a mercy. If God wanted to put wrath on them, he would be telling them to flee, would he? He's trying to save them from some wrath. Who? The people that's wrath upon. That's who you're fleeing from. So when you understand who you are, that you're treated as Abraham, then you know you're fleeing from the devils. So why are you fleeing from the devils at that point? Because it says, immediately, they're going to come after you. Immediately. As soon as, because when you see, in other words, when you see, and they see it, both see it at the same time, that false Israel went down. Both of you see it at the same time, both of you. And their reaction, your reaction is, you better get out of town. Their reaction is to kill you. That's why you're getting out of town. Because it says at that point, you become united, true seed Abraham. You didn't still so look at it both ways. That's why you're fleeing. You flee into each other. Because you're scared. You're looking for help. See? So you're just fleeing. That's why original people get united. See? Because you're fleeing away from the devils to get united. And the devils, they were going to kill you. Plus, secondly, the last thing they want you is to get united. So you put two and two together, brother and sister. If you don't come up with 4, then if you come up with 44, I can't tell you what to tell you. I'm trying to make it plain to you because I have to keep telling you this. And you're going to hear, like I said, in a few more days, you're going to hear it broadcast all over America. Because for Nation of Islam, the Farrakhan's Nation of Islam is about to be taken over, about to be turned out. The Ancient of Days is going to set, and all those thrones are going to be cast down. They're going to be cast out. And then this message is going to be broadcast. See? So that's the mercy you got. That's the one mercy you got just before the desolation. See? That's the mercy, that's the promise. Right? So you get a chance to hear it. So because what's the point of telling you to flee if you never get the message? So you're going to get the message. Or you're going to hear the message for 4 more days. See? So you don't see it, but you're going to see Suleiman sitting in Elijah's seat and Farrakhan and them dispatched, thrown out. At that point, right? See, that's going to be a national, universal event. Everybody's going to know about it. It's going to be covered all over the world. See? And that's what Suleiman's going to be telling the world. He's going to be calling all, what they call it, balls and strikes. He's going to tell who's the devils, who's the demons, who's the jinn, who's the dragon. He's going to break it all down. He's going to make it clear. There ain't going to be no visible BS. That's what's going to happen, brothers and sisters. So I'm telling you before it happens. See? So primarily this is for the angel warriors. See? So they can reach out as many people as possible. Get a little head start here. See? But it says this message, the gospel, we preach in all the world just before the end will come. See? So it's going to be preached. That's how it's to be preached. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. It's going to be preached in all the world. And then the end will come. See? So you're going to get that brief. It's only going to be a short period of time. See? Because we run out of time here. See? Because Jerusalem is surrounded by armies. That's the sealed version. The unsealed version is a little more complicated, but still the same thing. See? Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Assalamu alaikum.